Hello, brothers and sisters. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life, coming to you with warm Christmas wishes and with a special message. You know, it's been 2 years now, as of December 17th, that I first learned that Pope Francis had decided to dismiss me from the priesthood. Now, of course, a priest is always a priest. When they reinstate me, they won't have to reordain me. You are a priest forever. And that is a line that has been quoted to me countless times by so many of you over these last 2 years. So we know that, we rejoice in that. The gifts of God, as St. Paul says, are irrevocable. His call is irrevocable. And I've never had one moment's doubt since I was ordained in 1988, not had one moment's doubt about my vocation of a priest, nor one moment's desire not to be a priest. And yet, in 2022, the Vatican said I could not wear this collar anymore. And since then, I've been praying through the intercession of Padre Pio. And of course, our situations were not identical. I'm not comparing myself to him. But he too was told by church authority that he could not exercise his ministry as a priest. But then under the following pope, he was reinstated. I knew Mother Teresa. You see her picture here. I knew St. John Paul II. I worked under him at the Vatican. And they are both canonized saints. And I prayed to them for their intercession that I'll be fully reinstated. And then, of course, Cardinal John O'Connor. The other photo you see here is the bishop, the cardinal who ordained me to the priesthood and gave me permission to do the work of Priests for Life because he, like so many others, believed in my vocation. Now, as you know, especially if you've been following my work, I have not been harping about this or obsessing about it. I haven't really discussed it very, very much with you or with my team because, like I told you 2 years ago, we would continue to be focused on the mission of pro-life, and that is indeed what we have done and what we are going to continue to do. Because over all these years, since I asked Cardinal O'Connor's permission in 1993, 31 years ago, to devote my whole life and ministry to defending the unborn, and he said yes, and many other church authorities have said yes ever since then, my desire has not changed. It's very simple. My request to the church, give me your blessing to be a priest who serves the unborn children full time. I'll continue doing that work while observing the restrictions that have been imposed that I cannot publicly wear the collar or say Mass or administer the sacraments. I can still receive the sacraments. I'm still a Catholic in good standing, simply not functioning as a priest. And of course, you know, people might ask, well, you don't talk about it very much, Father Frank, but aren't you still upset by it? I'm furious about it, and I'm seriously disappointed. And unfortunately, it was a battle that ever since Cardinal Egan in 2001 tried to take me away from Priests for Life, for 21 years it's been a battle that up until the time of the Laicization, that has disappointed me every step of the way. Church authorities who should be encouraging their priests, not even listening to me when I wanted to discuss my vocation, literally telling me they did not want to talk about it, lying to me, lying about me. And friends, it's all documented. Look at frfrankpavone.com and you can read the whole story. But the reason I'm bringing this up to you today is to assure you that I have not changed at all in my desire. I've never lost the desire to be a priest. And this Pope knows that. And when we have a new Pope, I'll be knocking at the door of his office too, saying, would you please re-examine what was done to me and reinstate me to the priesthood? But meanwhile, I have not moved away from the church. I haven't rebelled against the church. I haven't lashed out in anger. Brothers and sisters, what I've been doing is exactly what I asked Cardinal O'Connor if I could do in 1993. I have been continuing the full-time ministry for the unborn, as you know if you follow my work. But many people ask the question, why? Why did they take the most visible priest in the pro-life movement, with the largest Catholic ministry focused exclusively on ending abortion, with an undeniable track record of success? Why in the world did they say to me, you can no longer be a priest? And brothers and sisters, I was told that they didn't have to answer that question. I was told that the bishops and cardinals who were telling me I couldn't do this work, and by the way, it was just a small group of them, most of the bishops and cardinals and even the popes blessed and encouraged my work. I worked under St. John Paul II at the Vatican for a while. Most of them were very encouraging to me. But I was told that those who were trying to block or cancel my work didn't have to give me a reason. And when you spend 21 years asking that question and you're never given an answer, you come to the conclusion that that's because they don't have a reason. You come to the conclusion that it isn't about reason, it's about power. That for whatever reason, they don't want me doing this particular work. They don't want to give a reason. It's just about power. It's cancel culture. Now, there are those who disagree with me and with what I am doing. I have many critics out there. You're quite free to disagree with me. But let me tell you what you are not free to do. You do not have the right to pretend that you know more about my story than I do. Because you were not the one that had to read and write hundreds of pieces of correspondence. You are not the one that had to spend hundreds of hours in meetings with bishops and cardinals and canon lawyers and civil lawyers and people in the United States and people at the Vatican. You're not the one who had to make countless trips to Rome and back to answer simple questions. You're not the one who had to endure the lies told to you and about you. Don't pretend, anyone out there, that you know the story here better than I do, because I'm the one who lived it. And I've documented it publicly, again, at frfrankpavone.com. But the vast majority of you who are watching this video are not my critics. The vast majority of you watching this video are my supporters. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. We haven't slowed down. We haven't backed down. We haven't stopped, and we're not going to stop. Focusing on abortion, doing the work of saving babies, connecting pro-life leaders and groups with one another and strategizing for the movement, getting the word out both in the religious and secular media, doing prayer vigils, electing pro-life candidates, and what great success we had with that, helping pastors, giving them resources, and healing those who have been wounded by abortion. This is our work. And people ask me, okay, well, what can I do until they reinstate you to the priesthood? What can I do for you, Father Frank? And that's what everyone calls me, by the way. I will always call you Father, is the other thing they say, besides saying you are a priest forever. And the answer to the question, what you can do for me, is very simple. Help my work continue to succeed. Our response to the church authorities that have done this to me is not to hate them, not to rebel against them. Our response is our success. Showing them, as we have been able to do, that the work continues, doesn't just continue, it continues to flourish. And friends, that's because of you. Continue to support this work, be involved in this work. Listen, if there's anything about the work that you don't agree with, then don't support it. But look at the work. That's what the critics don't do. They don't look at the work. They don't care about the work. They just care about power. But you look at the work, see its fruits, believe in it, share the passion for this mission, then we're going to succeed together. Friends, that's my message to you. It's always been my message to you. I just wanted to update you. Now, December 17th will be 2 years since I got this news. I didn't get it from the Vatican. I got it from the media. And onward we go. Onward we go. This is not something that distracts us. This is not something. Just watch my daily broadcasts and see what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the work of saving the unborn. And that's what I invite you to focus on too. Let's get the job done. We have a better opportunity now in America to do that than ever before. And we are going to succeed in ending abortion. Our response to the church will be our success, because that will be the sign to them that Almighty God has blessed this work, that Almighty God has rallied his people around the unborn. And that is our simple goal. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And please stay connected with us at Priests for Life. I'm pro-life leader Frank Pavone, National Director of Priests for Life.